Hello, it's me Shifa. Welcome to my channel. So today in this video I'm going to share with you 24 books that you can read in the year 2024. Before starting, let me tell you one thing, that I want you to read different kinds of books instead of focusing only one kind of books, because as we know that life is full of mixed emotions and experiences. For that reason, we need to look at the different aspects of life and read books on each category. In this video also, I have tried my best to mention few books on each categories. So yeah, let's start now. The first category that I would like to mention here is productivity books. Being productive is what we aspire every time, but unfortunately many a times we feel lazy or we procrastinate. The first book that I have in this category is The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. The book gives a beautiful message, which is that each obstacle, each impediment, each thing that seems to be blocking the path to success is itself the path to success. Every obstacle, everything that seems to be standing in your way is itself the way. That's what this book is about, and it's a great way to start. The second book that I have is Deep Work by Calvin Newport. This book provides a comprehensive perspective on how to cultivate the ability for deep concentration to produce magnificent result. It talks about that how deep work is important in these days, because it's the ability to focus without any distraction. Deep work actually allows you to quickly master complicated information and produce better results in less time. So this book gives examples of important personalities, how they have achieved so much by just doing deep work is what the books talk about. The third book that I am having here is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. This book talks about how tiny small change or tiny small things leads to a bigger compounded results. So the principle of reaping huge rewards from a series of small smart choices is what compound effect is. The only path to success is through a continuum of mundane, unexciting and sometimes difficult daily disciplines compounded over time. This is what this book is about. The number 4 book is Eat That Frog, and here I'm having two books. One is for student and another is for everyone. So this book is written by Brian Tracy. This book is a productivity guide that teaches how to prioritize tasks and overcome procrastination. So yeah, eat that frog here doesn't mean that you need to go out and eat a frog. Instead, it talks about how important it is to complete the most important and difficult task in the very first hour of the day. The next book that we are having here is Atomic Habits, written by James Clear, and he has clearly mentioned here in this book that how important tiny small habits are. It's a comprehensive practical guide on how you can change your habits and you can get 1% better every single day. So yes, to achieve our goals, we need to first build our systems made up of single process and habits that will take us to our goals, is what this book talks about. Well, these were the 5 books that you can read in this productivity section, and it will help you to hold yourself accountable for your goals and stay on track. And among these, I would suggest, if you are a beginner, go for Eat That Frog, because it's written in a very simple language. The second category that we have here is mindset. As we talked about productivity, it's time to talk about mindset, because these two are the very basic of having a better life. The 6th book that I'm going to talk about is this one. It's a small and cute book that talks about how our thoughts impact our life. This is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. So if you are a beginner, you can give it a try. Now, The next book that we are having is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is a classic book that talks about 13 different aspects of life, and it suggests that if someone wants to achieve wealth or success, then there must be a burning desire within themselves to grow and reach to that successful position in life. This is a must classic book to live a meaningful and productive life. Next book that we have is a popular one, is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, and I think you must have heard about this book somewhere in the internet, right? So yes, this is an interesting book because unlike any other productivity and mindset book, this book tells you complete opposite, like don't try, happiness is a problem. So the author is trying to give you the true reality of our life and how we need to react to each of the problems that come in our life. So it's a must try. The ninth book is very special for me because I got this book when I was in class 9 and it was gifted to me by my father. So it holds a special place in my life, and this is also another book that guides you to develop a positive attitude and how to achieve your goals. So give it a try. My favorite book in this category is this one, which is The Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. I will suggest you, it's a must. If you ask me among all these books which one to try, I will suggest you to read this one because I remembered that how it changed my mindset. So well, these were the books. You can choose any one among them and read, and remember that your thoughts will define who you are and what you are going to be. The third category is the money books. We know that money runs the world, so it's better that we master how to make money and how to use money. The first book that comes here is Rich Dad Poor Dad. I hope you must have already heard about this book. It is written by Robert Kiyosaki and it's the most popular money book around the world. It also talks about investing, and the book proceeds with two fathers and their thought process and how their thinking about money changed their lifestyle. Next book here is The Richest Man in Babylon, written by George S. Clason. I love this book. I have already reviewed this book because it was so inspiring for me. And if you are someone who have just started earning, I will suggest you leave all the categories of books. First take a money book, read it because it is going to save your life. If you want to know more about The Richest Man in Babylon book, you can check my review. I will put it in the description or in the I button. Yes, that's it. These were the two books on money books. Now the fourth category is business mindset book. Nowadays there is a trend, like people not only depend on one single source of income, they are looking for different sources of income, like at least two. So there's a trend that people are doing business, maybe it online or offline. So I included this kind of books. First is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Not only for business but to understand people's psychology. This book is outstanding because it talks about the deepest psychology of human behavior. Like it tells that people are not interested about you, they are interested only in talking about themselves. So if you are becoming a good listener, it is going to be a game changer. The next one, the number 14, is The Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. It gives the A to Z of MBA, like of doing a business. What are the factors that are necessary? What are the important guidelines? Everything they are mentioned here. Like, let me show you what they are talking about. They are talking about value creation, marketing, sales, value delivery, finance. Alright, working with yourself, then etc systems and everything like A to Z about marketing, business. So if you are running any side hustle or any business and are not going to do MBA, then you can give it a try. I'm sure you're not gonna regret it because it consists everything that you need to know for running a business. The next category is biography, and this is my personal category because I do really love to know the life story of important personalities. So here's the first one that I am having is of Michael Obama. I got it as a gift from my friend. The next one is of Adolf Hitler. Who don't know Adolf Hitler, but what's his thought process are, you are gonna get everything from this book. Next is our favorite Indian scientist, which is APJ Abdul Kalam, Wings of Fire. I will highly suggest every teenager and every young adults to go and read this. Also, they have put some pictures inside the book, and you are gonna get how APJ Abdul Kalam became the missile man of India from that remote village of India. So yes, these were the 3 books from this category, but the Wings of Fire of APJ Abdul Kalam is a must. So the 6th category here is of short stories. Many a times we don't feel like reading a novel. At the time, it's better to go for these books where you can get multiple short stories. Here I have chosen 2 books and I am just numbering them in a single number only. So the first book here is Ravinder Singh's Love Stories That Touched My Heart. I also got it as a gift from my friend. And the second book here is 100 Great Stories of writers like O. Henry, Jerome, Kafka, Kipling. So these are all famous writers. You can definitely check this book out if you like to. I would suggest you can get some other short stories too, but if you want to start reading, you can go for short stories. It is going to be easy for you. So that's it. The next category here I have is the regional or mother tongue. I mean, whatever books you are reading is at one side, and the book that is regional or a book written in your own mother tongue, I will highly suggest you to go and read one book, at least one book that is written in your mother tongue. My mother tongue is Bengali, and here I have chosen these 2 books. One is Gora by Rabindranath Tagore and Shat Kahon by Shamash Majumdar. My father loves to read Bengali books, and that's why I have gifted these 2 books to him this year. And I always have this mindset that I would at least read one book each year of Bengali literature. The 8th category is scientific inventions and its history, and the 19th book is of Fermat's Last Theorem by Simon Singh. This book talks about an interesting riddle that hasn't been solved for more than 300 plus years, but after 300 years someone named Andrew Wiles has finally solved it. So it's a book on mathematicians around the world, how each and everyone's inventions has finally led to the position that we are in right now. This book talks about that. I really love this kind of book because it shows that the success or the inventions or the discoveries is not something of one person's credit. Instead, it's a combination of a lot of people's effort. By reading this kind of book, you're going to have a different perspective. So give it a try. I know you're going to find it interesting. Now the 9th category, which is imagination or books for children, or the books that will excite your inner child, is this books. Now let's give you the list one by one. The first one here is Narnia. Let's just flip few of the pages. This was the first book that I bought myself when I was in class 6, I think so. So it hold a great special feeling for me. A movie is also there based on this novel. Next one is very famous, I think so. Famous 5 by Blayton. This is a series of children's adventure novels and short stories. The next one is an adventure novel by Daniel Dufay, which is Robinson Crusoe. The next book is, I don't think I have to tell someone about, is the Harry Potter series. It's a must not only for children, for older people also, because it is going to take you to another world full of fantasy and imagination. So give it a try. These are the books for children or to excite the inner child in you once again. The next category is the 10th one, which is easy reading and love. I have put some of the books over here that are easy to read and falls in the romantic category. So the first one here is, of course, I Love You by Durjay Datta. The second one is I Too Had a Love Story by Ravinder Singh. The third one is of Chetan Bhagat, which is One Indian Girl. Give it a read. I loved this book. I read it when I was in class 11, and this book is full of twists and turns. Give it a try. The next book of Chetan Bhagat is of The 3 Mistakes of My Life. I remember the first book that I read of Chetan Bhagat is this one when I was in class 9, and there is a movie named Kai Poche based on this novel only. So Chetan Bhagat's books are great when you are going to start the reading journey. So yes, give it a try. The next book, once again, of Durjay Datta, The World's Best Boyfriend. Why I am telling you to read these books if you are beginning your reading journey is that, one, they are super easy and simple, and two, they're interesting because they're full of twists and turns. Both of Durjay Datta and Chetan Bhagat's book are kind of similar. Give it a read. And the last one is a series named The Boy Who Loved and The Boy with a Broken Heart. These books talk about two teenagers, both of them having different family backgrounds, and how they are fighting to survive together. And also along with that, there is a social issue that's also mentioned over here, the Hindu-Muslim issue. So give it a try. It's a good one. Like almost all of these books are good. If you are starting your reading journey, you can pick any among them. And Chetan Bhagat and Durjay Datta is very famous for that in India. The next book that I'm having is Call Me By Your Name by Andre Achiman, and this is a romance novel and gay fiction book. A movie is also there on Netflix based on this book. You can check that and read this book. I will categorize them into the new age book because it is going to break this stereotype that we have in the society. So yes, you can give it a try. The next category is popular writers. So you must have heard about some writers again and again, like Paulo Coelho, Kafka, Stephen King, Khaled Hosseini. So all those famous writers and popular writers, you should read at least one book of those writers. So here I have kept Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Up next we have this IQ 84. This is my favorite book and it is written by Haruki Murakami, who is a Japanese writer. I'm sure he is going to take you to another world, but he's going to show you the real life or the deepest, darkest secret of the society and give you a very good message. This IQ 84 is one of the most excellent gift of Haruki Murakami. So it's a must read. I know it's a heavy book because it contains 3 chapters. I mean, it's a trilogy. But at the same time, it's very interesting from the very beginning of the book and going to give you a deep message. So IQ 84 by Haruki Murakami is a must read. Well, that was it. I know that I have almost shared 30 books with you, and you can definitely choose some books among these to read in the year 2024. If this video was useful to you, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you.